Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Millennium Stadium, Post Office Road. A mild afternoon here. We're dressed up in our warm jackets. We don't really need to be Kyle Amor today. It's a beautiful afternoon for Betfred Challenge Cup Rugby League. Three-time winners Featherstone Rovers against their championship rivals Halifax Panthers. And last time these sides met, only a few weeks ago, Kyle, Halifax weren't a million miles off.
No, and look, we've seen over the recent weeks that Featherstone have been pushed close. Obviously, Bradford last week, I think it was 26-12 it finished. So, a lot of people will be, look, every time Featherstone gets named, a lot of people think it's going to be a convincing win for them. But, the results over the last couple of weeks have just shown that there is vulnerabilities there, and none more so today than that half-back partnership. They've got a couple of guys out, and they've got, some... While they're experienced players, George, they're relatively inexperienced in the halves. Of course, Craig Hall coming back as well. How is he going to fare up after his injury? So there is some question marks over Featherstone today, but it's up to Halifax to exploit that.
Featherstone have been relatively flawless in the Betfred Championship. No one's got really that near them. But let's just talk for a couple of seconds about that halfback pairing. They've got a legendary halfback in Sean Long taking charge this year. They've got another one in Leon Price, his right-hand man. And today they've got a makeshift halfback pairing. We'll confirm the teams in due course in the young Frenchman Thomas Lacan and a hooker by trade in Matty Wilde. Will Halifax perhaps look at that and think, we could have a go here?
Well, look, it all boils down to, we all know across, any level of any game that if your forward pack can dominate and get on top of your opposition, well, even the best halfbacks in the world struggle to cope with that. So, with those relatively inexperienced halfbacks, but it's not only just the fact that they haven't played halfback or obviously the young French kid being the age that he is, it's the connection and combination that they have with the rest of the side, George. So, I think the big message today for Grix will be, let's go out there, front load our energy, and really don't give them an opportunity to get into the game.
We're looking forward to this one, live and exclusive. Betfred Challenge Cup Rugby League here in Featherstone on the Sportsman. Kick-off and teams to come in just a few moments. Let's pause and hear next, though, from the two head coaches. Sean, great to see you. How has the week been ahead of a big tie in the third round of the Betfred Challenge Cup?
Challenging. After a few bumps and bruises from last week, we've not had much time on the field due to the weather and stuff like that. And then we've had a couple of injuries after the game, so just getting a bit of cohesion with our halfbacks and our spine. So you'll see a few different players playing today, but we've worked hard and last couple of days, and we should be good to go.
Yeah, the start to the season has been terrific for Featherstone, but the injuries just starting to rack up a little bit, albeit you're getting a few bodies back soon. New look halfback pairing today. Matty Wilde, a hooker in there, an exciting young Frenchman in Thomas Lacan. What can you tell us about that pairing?
Yeah, obviously they've had a great pre-season. Obviously Wilde's an experienced, but he's going to jump in the house for us. I'm excited for Thomas. He's been sat behind 40 and Riley Dean learning all the time, so I'm excited for him. And he just needs to keep it simple. Keep it simple today. We know our strengths, what we're good at. We've just got to keep working hard for each other in defence as well. And I think his tackle look after himself.
As a player, you loved this iconic cup competition. What, if anything, have you said to your players about the magic of this?
Yeah, I just mentioned it to the lads in the sheds there, and I said it's a one-off game. Anything can happen. It's exciting. Challenge Cup's exciting. So, put your best foot forward, and like I say, don't try and go out there and win it in the first 20 minutes. It might take 60, 70, 80 minutes to win this game. It's going to be a tough game, tough battle, and we're playing semi-final footy. That's how we're taking it.
And a final word on today's opponents, Halifax. You played them in the league just a few weeks ago. Scoreline was good for Featherstone, but the battle was tight. Very
tight, yeah. We played them in round 2. Good team, well coached, good back five, good spine. So we're going to have our hands full. But our defence has been pretty good lately. That's what we're focused on, our D. But like I say, we'll see how it goes today.
Simon, great to see you. How do you approach this today as a cup tie?
Oh, it's a week away from the regular league season, which our form's been indifferent in, so it's a bit of an escape if you like. But yeah, look, it's a tough fixture away at Featherstone. But yeah, we've just got to come and get some enjoyment out of it, I think. We've not been enjoying it because we haven't been winning in the fashion we'd like to, and so on. So yeah, for us today, it's just a building block on last week's performance, really, and the result will be what it is at the end. I'm more interested personally around making some progress, really, in all areas.
And what progress would you like to make in terms of when you were here last, just a few weeks ago? You put points on the board, but you conceded a few as well, as many teams have and will do against this Rovers side.
Yeah, they're a good side, aren't they? But yeah, the last time we played them here, we started playing it last half an hour, where really the idea is start at the beginning to give yourself a chance. So yeah, we want to play our way, not go into our shell and fall into that battle of getting tired, losing the energy battle, and you're trying to sort of fight out with their very big men in the middle of the field. We want to move the ball a bit if we can, and thankfully the weather's not quite as bad in Featherstone, so it should be a decent day for that.
Is this a competition that gets your emotions going, or is it a break from the league?
It's a break from the league. That's obviously a bonus for us, but yeah, I think it's a great competition. It's steeped in history, competition where obviously a lot of amateur teams are in there and they get the chance to have a crack at a dream, really. My local team, Siddle, have got Sheffield at home today, so it'll be packed down there, and I wish them the best as well. But yeah, it's a good old competition. Everyone loves it, so yeah, let's see if we can get some magic out of it today.
Go well today. Good luck.
Cheers, pal. Thank you very much.
The two head coaches, Simon Grix and Sean Long, speaking to us ahead of kick-off, which is minutes away here at a beautifully mild Post Office Road here in Featherstone. And this is how Featherstone, the home side, line up with Craig Hall returning at fullback. He's been out the last couple of weeks with a freak injury, dislodged a bit of cartilage in his throat while celebrating a try from teammate Gareth Gale. But he's back in the side today, along with Luke Briscoe, Joey Leilua, Josh Hardcastle, and the aforementioned Gareth Gale. The new look halfback pairing that we alluded to at the top of the show there, the Frenchman Thomas Lacan alongside hooker Matty Wilde. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. The big man Gadwin Springer gets a start, with Connor Jones coming off the bench to start at hooker. Mathieu Kozza, the Frenchman, who's been in great form at the start of this year, with Brad Day, Jack Bussey and the former Salford Red Devils captain Elijah Taylor. The interchange bench today features John Davis, the Welshman Dan Fleming, the wrecking ball Mackenzie Yeh, and making his first appearance of the season so far, Junior Moores for head coach Sean Long. What about Halifax? They have selected this 17 to try and stem the tide that has come from Featherstone Rovers, who have been flying so far this year. James Woodburn-Hall, their live wire fullback, starts once more with James Saltonstall, Zach McComb, Jake Mason and Lachlan Walmsley. The halfbacks, Louis Jouffre and Joe Keys. Up front, Will Marr, Brandon Moore and Dan Murray. And then completing the 13, Ben Kavanagh, Matty G and Jacob Fairbank. The bench today, Tom Inman, Adam Tangata, Will Corcutt and Aribe Doro. So the two sides just finalising their warm-ups ahead of a 3 o'clock kickoff in this Betfred Challenge Cup third round tie. Special competition for Featherstone Rovers, having won it 3 times, 1967, 73 and most recently in 1983, and they're looking to get up and running against an opponent that they beat here in the Betfred Championship in round 2 last month. We're set fair, Kyle Amor. What do Halifax need to do to give Featherstone a fight and a fright today?
Well, good afternoon to you, George, and everybody else who's tuning in here today. I think Halifax, for me, they have to start this game big. They have to get on top of this Featherstone side pretty early on, George. That's the way I think that they're going to have to go, you know, and then look to sort of play. Simon Grix there speaking in his pre-game interview, talking about how the last time they played here, they didn't come out of their shell until 30 minutes to go. Well, they can't afford to have 50 minutes just on the back foot, allowing this Featherstone side to dictate to them before they wake up. They have to start from the off, George, and you know, the carrot of this game is that you're through to the next round. There's no second chance for these men here today.
Well, Halifax, interestingly, will be in their home kit and Featherstone in their chain shirts. They've had, as we mentioned at the top, they've had to shuffle their pack a little bit and roll the dice, but just looking down the squad list here at Featherstone Rovers, this I mean, this is a squad. It's kind of better than a lot of Super League squads at the moment in terms, Kyle Amor, of squad depth. They're without some big names. We've not mentioned their star Frenchman, Marc Carella, Jonathan Ford, who they brought in, of course, the pair from Toulouse. They're both out injured. Jono Ford, the most recent to pick up an injury, a knee injury. I'm told that could be a few months now. Riley Dean, of course, cut-tied. He's been recalled. He's here today. I've just seen him, but he can't play today because Warrington Wolves, his parent club, have called him back. So he's out. Caleb Aikens.
And then a guy that is Mr. Featherstone who holds it all together in James Lockwood. You know, he's not obviously here today.
Yeah, he's had a few niggles with his back, so he's rested.
I think he's been a fantastic servant, a fantastic player for this competition as well. And you just mentioned there that the number of players that are out, however, Sean Long, Leon Price, it'll matter not to them because the only thing that matters is this 17 that are facing Halifax today. He trusts that they'll get the job done. Yes, there is a little bit of reshuffle like you mentioned already, George, but there's still enough quality in there. The question is, what kind of Halifax performance are we going to get? You know, before a ball was even kicked, I thought that Halifax were set to possibly feature in the grand final. Looking through their squad, of course, Simon Griggs already mentioned that they've almost had a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde already in this early part of the championship, but again, it is a long season. There'll be more twists and bumps and casualties along the way, I've no doubt about that. But here today, all that matters is 80 minutes at the Millennium Stadium and who can progress through into the next round, which of course will be drawn on Wednesday night.
There's a real feeling of positivity around Featherstone Rovers this season. Last season was a year that promised so much. They went big, they set their sights high. Super League was the goal. They brought in the most successful coach in the Super League era in Brian McDermott. That didn't work out. There was actually quite a negative feel around the club towards the end of the season. They didn't, Featherstone, even make the grand final, and there was no real tears shed when Brian McDermott departed his role. Since Sean Long has come in, lest we forget, this is actually his second spell here. He was here as part of the coaching staff back in 2013, I think, so he knows the area, he knows the community feel, he knows what the feeling, what they want around the club. He knows to put smile on faces. He's got involved with the local community. He's mingled with the supporters in a way that Brian McDermott didn't really. And just talking to a lot of the Featherstone Rovers fans, they feel a lot more buoyant about where this season might be heading. There's a real feel-good factor around these places.
Yeah, well, look, like all clubs, they must learn lessons along the way, and I feel that Sean Long, Leon Price, you know, two awesome, wonderful players of the game, know the game inside out, know what it takes to play. The question is, can they transpire that into their playing squad? Well, so far, they have been able to do that. You know, they've got, like I say, you've got some fantastic young British coaches in there. And Featherstone Rovers, well, the goal is clear. Get to Super League. That's their goal. As there is, you know, so many other teams in this competition. But for Featherstone Rovers, it is realistic opportunity for them to get promoted this season and put so many smiles on the faces of fans, young and old, here in and around this area.
Well, today it's all about the sport's most iconic cup competition, the Betfred Challenge Cup, and here come the visitors in their traditional colours, the blue and white hoops, shorts and socks. The Panthers make their way out down the hill. They're going to be playing right to left first half as we look on, and they'll be fired up, I'm sure, and ready for a big start to let Rovers know that they are here to play today. They've got danger, they've got strike, this Halifax side, and they've got the experience, the recent experience too, of coming here and playing Featherstone at Post Office Road. Here come the home side in the absence of James Lockwood, led out today by Matty Wildy. In their chain shirts of the red and navy. And it'll be Featherstone rolling down the hill at Post Office Road, left to right first half, with Craig Hall back in the side, preparing to get us underway. Good atmosphere around the Millennium Stadium. Liam Moore is our match referee. And here we go, third round of the Betfred Challenge Cup. An all-championship tie between Featherstone Rovers and Halifax Panthers, and Craig Hall gets us underway, swinging the right boot. And it's taken off the single bounce by James Woodburn Hall, and here come Halifax. Looking for a strong and error-free start. Right to left, live and exclusive Rugby League on the Sportsman this year, continuing our unrivaled coverage to this great sport. And here come the Panthers. Joey Leilua getting involved early with Elijah Taylor. Connor Jones helping out in the tackle. Brandon Moore is the Halifax hooker, buzzing around the ruck, the Panthers number 9. Up to the 40. Up the middle they come with Will Marr. Decent set up to halfway. Now what about the kick? Keys hangs back. Left side, here he is. Change of direction and brings in his fullback, and Woodburn Hall goes long. Hall's watching it. Good kick and a good take. What about the chase from Halifax? It's decent. That's a solid opening set for the visitors.
Yeah, it certainly was, George. You know, just a couple of middles there, winding up with 2 and... Oh, that's not what they needed.
Done all the good work.
Yeah, I think, is it Fairbank or Brandon Moore just in there? The ball steal, I think it was. Just see Craig Hall going into contact there, and a little bit of a second effort. Oh, no. Well, perhaps on another day they might have got away with that. But it matters not now as Halifax look to aim up defensively and get bodies in front. You have to be good on players like Gadwin Springer. A little extra effort there from Moore just to try and slow the play of the ball down.
Yeah, an absolute powerhouse. Springer played in the World Cup with France. And he's made a big impact since arriving here at Featherstone Rovers last year. Here's Joey Leilua finding his feet again. A delayed start to the season for Joey Leilua. He lost his mum at the start of the year, so he was granted compassionate leave to go back home. So still finding his fitness and his feet. And Featherstone, look where they are already off the back of that Halifax penalty.
You just can't afford to do that against a side like Featherstone. The quality they have in their ranks, particularly in the middles. You know, the 2 back rowers and Elijah Taylor have been in fantastic form for Rovers in 2023.
Last tackle with Connor Jones. Here is Lacan opting to run it. Hall's popped up. Little grubber kick through. Well read by James Woodburn Hall. And Halifax stand firm. First test of their defence, and James Woodburn Hall was up to it.
Stand now. Hold me now. Hold here.
And suddenly they're camped in their deep ends, Simon Grix's side. Saltonstall giving his pack an early breather.
6 again there, Saltonstall.
Tackle count wiped clean by Liam Moore.
He has an ability, Saltonstall, of just when you think you've got hold of him, George, he's so strong and just switches out of a ruck. On that occasion, he just keeps fighting and wins his side of 6 again. He just goes in there. Look, there's 3 guys on him, and he's almost won the floor. In fact, he has. Markers aren't set. Brilliant work from the backfield.
And this is good from Halifax. Fluid ball movement. Ben Kavanagh takes it on up towards halfway. Already up to where they finished the set last time with a tackle to spare here, and still they go with Dufresne running at Brad Day, back in the Rovers side this year after 12 months away at Newcastle. They come again with Fairbank.
Yeah, ball playing already, Fairbank catching the pass really wide off the ruck, George, introducing his other middles onto the ball too.
It's the last. It's another tester, this time for Briscoe. Doesn't miss many of those.
That's a really good set, George. If you think about where they started that set, 2 metres off their own line, and they're able to attack Briscoe now as he crossed the 20-metre. Hall tipping on. That's good carry. Strong leg drive there.
Wildy gives it to Hardcastle, who's played 3 or 4 different positions this season so far. In at centre again today. Chris Hankinson still out injured. He's a points machine. He started the season brilliantly, but he's just cracked a bone in his back, which has sidelined him at the moment. Taylor takes it on. He's made a big impact since making the move here to Post Office Road 2. Last tackle, 20 away. Jones assesses his options, comes right to Lacan. What's he got? He's got a little Kick over the top. Oh, plucked out of the air from Lachlan Walmsley.
Yeah, super stuff there from the Australian. Just gets a big right hand onto that ball to deny that threat. But it's exactly carbon copy of the last set, George, exactly where they've turned it over. And there's 2 tackles gone. And they are struggling for meters. They're going to look to move the ball. Try and get them on the keep going if they can find a quick ruck, but it's a slow one. Good work once again from Featherstone.
Goal 3.
Moore and Dufresne. Halifax seeing a lot of the ball, not in the area of the pitch they would like though.
Goal 4. Yeah, good input, Rich.
Dufresne again. Oh, big hit down the middle. Bussey doesn't miss many.
He's a real workhorse, isn't he, Bussey?
It's the last tackle, look where they are. They've charged it down. It's going to be another 6, is it? Or is... Yes, it is.
Yeah, 6 more. Boy, they needed that already, didn't they? Full set, only 18 metres gained. Terrific stuff from Featherstone. That's how you apply pressure. Choke teams.
Saltonstall again takes a big shot from Gadwin Springer.
I mean, he'll cop that all day. Gets to play the ball. Got to be careful here, Halifax. They need to do some tough stuff through the middle. Wind up, go direct.
Well, they're happy to fling the ball about. They've shown that early on as
that's better.
Wilmar takes it right up the middle. Last tackle. And again, they're in the football centre circle. You can see painted green. Keys gets the right-footed kick away. Easy for Hall, that. Just a couple of steps backward. Takes it on the full. Then says to Gareth Gale, have a run. Big leggy winger. Finally getting a run in the side this year, Gale.
Move now!
Just on that there. Featherstone front-loading all their energy, George. 2 sets they had, and they give away another penalty. And this is exactly how not to start a game away from home in a knockout competition. You've had 3 yardage sets to defend, and you've given away 2 penalties. Craig Hall will just nudge that ball. And Featherstone, well, in the blink of an eye, they're straight back into the field and the territory of the Halifax Panthers. Hardcastle.
Home fans encouraging the referee Liam Moore to give a penalty away. Not so. Here goes Matthew Kozub. Been so impressed with him this year. He's played a variety of positions: prop forward, loose forward, back row. Jones gives it to Lacan. Here's Elijah Taylor. Loves to fling the ball about. No look pass to Bussey. This is looking more like it for Rovers. Taylor wants it back. Gives it to Springer to run at the post. Pulls 4 Halifax players with him. Jones wants a quick play of the ball. Got Wildy on his left shoulder. Oh, and he runs into traffic and then pushes them away. Wildy to the line.
He's held up there, George.
Matty Wildy thinks he's scored, but he's held up. You called it, Kyle. He just took the bump and it opened up, but Halifax recovered.
Well, it was all just getting too quick. It was getting far too quick in and around the ruck. That carry earlier before with Gadwin Spring, he had a 15-metre run up straight into Brandon Moore, no line speed. However, you have to credit the scramble defence there at Halifax because they were stretched. They managed to come up with it.
Now then, first try of the game, popped up in the air and plonked down by Josh Hardcastle to give Featherstone Rovers an early lead, 4-0 to the home side.
Yeah, super kick. And Hardcastle just climbs higher than his opposite number. But I go back to what I said earlier, George, and it's the momentum that the forwards are laying of Featherstone Rovers. Just sheer hard carry. Elijah Taylor just stands his catching pass. And Gadwin Spring is just able just to dictate. Look, there's 4 men all over the floor, not set. And it gets held up. And then Lacan's kick, well, it's inch perfect. Super start for Featherstone.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree.
Well, Halifax have been inviting the pressure with those 2 penalties. And the dam had to break, and it did. Hardcastle, the beneficiary, off the high kick. And Hall now with the opportunity far side to give his side a 6-0 lead.
It just shows the importance, George, of discipline.
1 minute, Craig.
Especially against the top sides. There's far too much quality in there. If you just keep inviting them to get out of their own end without exerting any energy whatsoever, well, you're going to be in trouble. And in the end, like you said, the damn
Craig Hall, first kick at goal, is a beauty. And Featherstone Rovers, after 10 minutes, lead by 6 points to 0.
Gorgeous little kick. Enough hang time on it. You question whether Halifax in there, in Saltonstall and Zakum could do a bit more in and around that to try and put the catcher off, escort him out of the way. But he gets through far too easy and he's able just to catch the ball and put it down for a simple score for him. As Kozza carries straight over the 20.
6-0 Rovers as Briscoe takes a drive down the middle. And it's been just the start that you would have expected from the home side. Taylor heavily involved, dragging his side back up towards the halfway line.
Well, what you get with Elijah Taylor, he mixes it up his game very well. He brings people onto the ball, knows when to carry hard and direct, as we've just seen there with a beautiful offload as well.
Pick up on the half volley. Connor Jones doesn't need an invitation to run. Oh, and he's lost the ball on the ground.
Oh, what a desperate tackle that was. A last-ditch effort as well from James Woodburn Hall. But again, just that offload, that willingness, how he gets through that tackle, far too easy. Able to get that arm out. And Jones just picks it up off his shoelaces and away he goes. A slight ankle tap from Woodburn Hall. Saves the blushes of Halifax, sorry.
So that one gets away from Featherstone. But the danger's there every time they have the ball.
Shot clock off.
Worrying signs early for the visitors, who do have a spell of possession ahead now.
Move! Hold Elijah, hold!
Giuffre.
Two!
No way through for Fairbank, who's seen a lot of the ball early on.
Goal, two.
Leilua into the tackle with Taylor. Fairbank giving it to Giuffre. Change of direction. McCann is shrugged out of the way. Keys. Half a little jink through by Kavanagh. This is the last, right on halfway. Where's Keys going to go this time? Just goes high and says chase that. Gale's rock solid. And then runs straight at Louis Giuffre.
Move! Hold Brandon, hold!
Wildy. Here's the try scorer Hardcastle. Again targets Giuffre in the defensive line.
Two! Move down! Hold! Stand up, Milkin, goal two.
Here's Wildy, unfamiliar role today in the halves. Springer's knocked on. Now then, that's what Halifax needed.
It was a poor pass. Briscoe didn't need to do that, especially play three. That's your carry. Just get through your set. The forwards of Featherstone have been front-loading their energy, really restricting the metres of Halifax. And that tip on there, I'm not quite sure if he had his time again. Sorry, I think he would have just kept that one in. But an opportunity for Halifax now to try and stay down this end of the field and build some pressure, because it's been 13 minutes gone already and they've had no field position whatsoever.
Head down, shot clock off. Out!
That's clever from Moore. Elijah Taylor, slight overchase, gets in between them, quick play of the ball. Murray.
First real look at the Rovers line for Halifax. Can they make it count? They trail 6-0, but with an opportunity, and Rovers are offside.
Well, this will help. They've had to weather the storm of Featherstone, and mind you, I say that though, largely has been their own doing in terms of their ill discipline without the ball. Giving away those 2 cheap penalties has really hurt them early on. But Fairbank, he's got through some work already.
Move Elijah! To the line here.
Centre field.
It's with Moore. Giuffre can make things happen. Short ball, it's going to be a try. Moore picked out the pass, and Matty G's got over. And the Panthers are going to pounce and draw level here at Post Office Road.
Well, that will certainly breed an air of confidence into this side. It was this time Featherstone that gave away the penalty. They came up with the error centre field. And off the back of this, Moore just goes to Jouffret. Matty Wilde gets caught ball watching. Brad Day loses his man. And G just straight hard and direct for the big back rower to score. How important will that be? It'll certainly give this side confidence, knowing that when they get up the other end of the field, they've only had 2 play the balls inside their own 20, and they come away with points.
First look at the Rovers line, and they've gone over Halifax. Big moment in this game. Sean Long has really been priding himself on the defensive effort from Rovers this season. They were undone there. Oh dear. He's missed the kick from pretty much bang in front.
It's not like Joe Keys, that. Only so reliable with the boot, but we go back to the play. Just keep your eye on Brad Day. Get caught ball watching. Matty Wilde loses his man. And when you carry straight, hard and direct and demand the ball, the space almost opens up for you itself.
Stay behind him, boys.
And with a little pirouette in there, he's able to put the ball down. 6-4, 15 gone.
Stay behind.
Hall restarts, finds the ground again. Bouncing all over the place until Jouffret takes it away.
1. Move! Hold this 10. Hold. Go, 1.
Will that give Halifax a bit of belief now?
Move!
See there, Saltonstall spinning out to his front. He's questioning the linesman, asking about pass, a swinging arm or something, but you cannot dictate to officials. And Liam Moore doesn't like what's being said there. And that is an absolute criminal thing to do with ball in hand. You just scored points, get through your set. I'll go back to that word that I've mentioned already that's been the Achilles heel for the guys in blue and white, and it's discipline. And I'm not too sure, George, that they're resilient enough, Halifax, off the evidence that I've seen of 2023, to see this set out.
Well, Jones and Wilde are lurking. Lacan on the right shoulder. Bossy takes it on. Leilua was lurking. It's with Thomas Lacan. Elijah Taylor throws the dummy and just sets off towards the post. Connor Jones is the dummy half. He looks right and sees Thomas Lacan again. Hall's loading up behind him. Lacan shows the dummy and goes towards the line. Millimetres short, the French youngster. Will Jones go on his own here? No, he gives it Hall. Leilua was in a cul-de-sac out the back. That's got to be a knock-on, I think, against Hall. It is. And that was messy from Featherstone Rovers. Ran into trouble there.
He was sloppy as well. 4-on-4 down the short side, just hits him on a short pass. Hall to Leilua. And the rest of it, he just makes it up here, offloading an impossible situation.
Shot clock on. Where do you want it? Yeah.
Credit Halifax once again. I wasn't quite sure to be able to see that out.
Yeah, referee Liam Moore. So that previous dissent was aimed from the Halifax man at the touch judge far side. Liam Moore just making it aware that any more of that, you're going to be in further trouble.
Well, you get taught that part of the game right from an early age. We pride ourselves on those values of respecting referees and officials. That includes the touch judges as well. But this is better. First 2 carries. Straight over the 30-metre line. That man again, Saltonstall.
Jouffret in the lime green boots. And then Keys saw Bussy coming and steps back inside him.
Does well there to escape Bussy.
So really tight Challenge Cup tie, live and exclusive on the Sportsman as James Woodburn Hall pops it up. Good little spell this for Halifax. Moore.
It's a width of pass again, George.
He's seen a lot of the ball Fairbank as well, promoting the ball to the right side. This could work for them. Big hit, Wilde far side. Last tackle. They're 40 away. Where's Jouffret going to go? He's going to go just up in the air. Another chase. Oh, a little juggle from Hall.
Oh, that's a good return as well. Gets in between. Gee, I think it was on that far side, a bit too easy. Well, this is a real game, this, isn't it, George? Back to back. Ebbs and flows. Briscoe.
Release! Free.
Briscoe with a strong carry. Halifax are on top at the moment.
They are. They're getting excited. You can see there the body language now is a lot different. They're all in there high-fiving each other. Connor Jones, you know, he's been a fantastic player. One of those players, I think, in the championship that could certainly step up to Super League if given the opportunity. On that occasion, just drops his lollies.
There we go. Let's get in them, boys. Come on.
Won't catch you dropping your lollies. Midway point of the first half. Hope you're enjoying this at home.
Here we go.
Down the wing goes Wormsley. All the way through goes Wormsley. And Halifax hit the front. The Panthers pounce again. And Rovers are reeling.
Well, what a try from the base of the scrum. We're seeing so many of them, but they have to be locked and unpicked. And this is just brilliant. Brandon Moore out to Keys, catch and pass with his opposite halfback. Woodburn Hall around the back. The 9, 6, 7 and 1 all combined before the release Wormsley. And as soon as he catches that, there's an acre of space in front of him, and you just know there's trouble. Because the red-haired Australian, well, he can fly. And he hits the afterburners there, skips away, and scores a huge, huge score in the context of this game. A quarter of the game gone, and Halifax edge in front.
Wormsley's eyes lit up when he glanced inside and saw the two chasers were Bussey and Leilua. He thought, this is it, I'm in. And he scores again. Every single match this season he's gone over.
Like a kid in a lolly shop.
He wasn't dropping his lollies there.
1 minute, mate.
Well, I told you they were on top, the Panthers.
Yeah, you did, didn't you, over the last 5 minutes, that error. Just the way that they responded to that error from Jones, and Keys again.
Wow, miles off. He's left his radar in the car, I think.
You've got to turn them falls into sixes in big games. Keys a shake of the head, he knows it. But what about this? Just look at Woodburn Hall's movement from the far side, creates that extra man and opens them straight up. And Wormsley, what a fantastic and prolific try scorer he's proven himself over here in England since he's arrived. Exceptional for Whitehaven, fantastic for Fax.
Plucked out of the air by James Woodburn Hall. Halifax have a surprise lead here. 8 points to 6, far closer than it was in the league a few weeks ago. They have come to play.
Oh.
Briscoe with a big one, Leilua making sure he's involved too. Here's the try scorer. He was running straight at
that's a penalty.
It's a penalty, Leilua. They're losing their heads here, Featherstone.
I thought they got lucky on the first one, the previous play. Leilua there just tips him. Wormsley does him so easy for footwork. Think of all the experience in the world that Joey Leilua has. That's not what was needed or wanted. Sean Long, Leon Price won't be pleased with that. Mind you, on that evidence there, it looks more like it was Briscoe than Leilua. But this is good from Fax. They're moving it once again, George.
Playing with freedom and confidence and attacking again down the right-hand side. Jouffre wants a quick play of the ball. Fairbank inside him on the left shoulder. Taken instead by Mayo up the middle. Moore glances right, comes left, and then runs on his own because it's Springer there. It's through, and he's going to score. He glanced up, saw it was Gadwin Springer, and went on his own.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Halifax to score 3
No, he's going to knock on.
He's knocked it on over the line, and it's Featherstone who celebrate. They've got out of jail there.
They certainly have. And Brandon Moore, it just opened up for him. And the effort from Craig Hall on that angle tells us it's an absolute try-saver. And a huge moment in this game for Schuart.
Well, he went to ground just before
Yeah,
the
no,
line.
I think it's a correct call. I think he does lose it.
It's close, mate, but ask him.
and how important, I've said it a couple of times already, it's looking like we're going to have a tight affair throughout this 80 minutes. Craig Hall just does enough there to dislodge the ball.
Stand up, mate. That's on you. Move! Hold! Goal one.
So a big moment. Moore thought he'd score. The ball came out just before the line. Hence the scrum. And Rovers breathing a huge sigh of relief. Come away. Only trailing by 2. Could have been a lot more. 2 tries to 1. Should have been 3 tries to 1. As Elijah Taylor picks up his side by the scruff of the neck. Wildy looking for the corner. Oh, it's a good kick. It's a pressure relieving kick from the experienced Matty Wildy.
Yeah, just a smart set from Featherstone there. Nothing too flash. No high risk play. Just a simple pass off the play of the ball from a 9 to a middle. Just hard and direct in and around the ruck to then get a kick away for Wildy. Just nudges it beautifully into that corner. And asks Halifax to come 90 metres up the other end of the field if they're going to get anything.
Okay, mate.
The set before, Halifax has shown that they're willing to throw the ball around, and perhaps that's what Simon Griggs mentioned. How it took them that sort of 50 minutes before they trained and played and executed how they know they can.
Bit of frustration you can sense around the Millennium Stadium. Rovers, for the first time really this year, not having this their own way. Scoring first through Josh Hardcastle, but on the back foot since.
Tangata.
Yes, off the bench. I think Halifax have just made a double change up front. Murray off and Mayer off as well.
I like that from Joe Keys. Just showing and going.
It's the last tackle though, he's out of the play. So Dufresne goes long. Hall sees it early, takes it on the full and runs it back for Rovers. And Gale had almost stopped. Double change 2 for the home side. Junior Moores and Mackenzie Yeh. Look out for Mackenzie's first impact, by the way.
Yeah, real crowd favourite already. As soon as he gets his hands on the ball, certainly winds up.
He's an absolute wrecking ball, and he'll be calling for the carry here. Leilua instead takes it on his own one-handed. Jones looks left. And here he goes. Loves an offload as well.
Yeah, good work there from Colcott at marker. Just gets out there, gets his hands on the ball, knowing that offload can't be passed. Look.
Leilua.
Oh, he's come up with the error.
Knock on.
Brilliant work there. I think it was it Maher?
No, he's just gone off. Halifax on top at the moment. How can they manage this period of the game? Saltonstall with a carry. Moore the hooker. Orchestrating again. Tangata on his right shoulder. Runs at Koza, and then Mackenzie Yeh completing the tackle. Over halfway already. Keys. Dufresne's gone behind him, here he is. Oh, Leilua was going for the intercept there. Flew out of the line. Fairbank, and then Will Colcott off the bench. Last tackle. Keys. Asks Walmsley to challenge Briscoe. Takes it and then brings it away. Wants a penalty. He's going to get one.
Well, yeah. And that's a huge area for Simon Griggs and his side to address at half-time. The chase from Walmsley was good, but he doesn't quite get hold of his man. Briscoe gets away. And it was Mazin, I think, who misses the second attempt. Kavanagh just catches him round the head. It is a penalty. Jeez, there's some big bodies out there now, isn't there? Tangata, this man carrying the ball, Yeh. Junior Moores. Colcott.
6 again, 2-4.
Expect some big contacts. 6 again called.
Junior Moores. First rugby of the season for Moores. The veteran in his twilight years.
Well, one thing that's going to happen now with Moores and Yeh on, they're going to have to be tight in and around the ruck defensively, because if they get an offload away, you can't sort of commit back. You have to stay up and accept that that may happen.
Moores to Wildy, Hall behind him. Still going Craig Hall and throws it behind everyone. Rescued by Hardcastle.
He was stretched on that far side.
Brad Day at dummy half with Wildy. Kozar sets up 20 away. Rovers need a response. This has been excellent from Halifax. Jones gives it to Moores. He loves an offload too. Lacan thinks better and just takes the tackle. It's the last though.
Good work, Keys there.
It's all to the left for Connor Jones. What's Wildy going to do? Will he grub her? Yes, left foot. That looks good. Is it a clean pickup? No, it isn't. It's knocked on over the line. And Halifax survive.
Well, they do survive, but they're going to have to stop doing this. Inviting Featherstone cheaply down near their line. Clever little kick there from Wildy. Sees that Woodburn Hall wasn't quite in the position he needed to be. It was only a metre or so. Move! But it was terrific work from the Frenchman in the half in Jouffret. Walmsley with a tough carry on return. Tangata in behind the ruck. Finds his elbows and knees. Wanting to quick play the ball. Gets one.
Moore and Jouffret. There we go again. He read it really well, Gale.
Good contact.
Crowd enjoyed that one. But look at the energy from the Panthers at the moment. Colcott again.
Oh, no.
Loses the ball. And Mackenzie Yeh takes it on.
Again, just needed to take his medicine there.
Bussy.
Well, one thing we haven't mentioned yet, George, is the hill. Featherstone moultering down that. That will help Halifax, but they have to keep this score as it is. Oh, that's a poor pass from Junior Moores, asking a lot of Matty Wildy to pick that one up. And it's got a bit scrappy. Both interchanges that have came on haven't really executed their job, their role, which is either maintain or lift it. A couple of sloppy passes, offloads in there.
Dan Fleming is also on now. Featherstone ringing the changes in their pack.
Don't go early, boys. Get your heads in the scrum. Don't be going early, Jacob. Heads in.
And credit Halifax for the way this game has turned.
Out.
After Featherstone's early try, they'd have been forgiven for thinking, here we go again. Not so. They've responded well. They have the lead 8-6. Could be an even heftier lead. Had Moore not knocked on just prior to the line. Tangata's made a big impression.
That's a great pass as well. I love how he just stands in between the sort of second and third defender from the ruck, catches it real wide, and they're moving it once again. There's a great pass out wide. Here we go.
Gale's been caught out wide, flung in field, and Rovers have got the ball back. Expansive stuff again from Halifax.
Well, it's a knock on from Featherstone though, George. Halifax will get the ball back. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Yeah, it continues. Can they find another score?
I've been so impressed with Saltonstall and Jacob Fairbank. The amount of work, the good work that they're doing as well, can't be going unnoticed. There's the knock on from Hardcastle. Just can't quite diffuse that pass. There's a scrum here, 25 metres out, centre field. The load in the left-hand side, they're all over here.
Keys, Jouffret. Quick ball movement to Kavanagh.
Good defence from Featherstone.
Woodburn Hall's in there as well. But they're going back through Jouffret in the blue skull cap. Here's the Soberibe Doro.
Mubate! Hold. Goal two, come on, Junior.
Tangata lurking, they go behind him with Will Colcott.
Move, Junior back.
The Panthers knocking at the door again. Joe Keys shows a dummy and then bounces off the tackle. They sense another one here, Halifax. Colcott, oh, Doro got excited. Another knock on.
First one.
Again, the interchanges have just hurt Halifax at key moments. As you can argue, Featherstone as well. But I like the ball movement from them, all three middles combining. Just Doro, Aribi Doro just can't take that pass in. Has a little glance up, but it bounces off his chest. We enter the final 5 or 6 minutes.
Shot clock off.
It's important that Halifax work really hard here, invest all their energy, be squeaky clean with the discipline too. Really keep Featherstone at bay.
Risco with a selfless run, wants a penalty, he's not going to get one. Lacan Leilua has been increasingly frustrated over the last 5 minutes. Connor Jones, here's the big guy Fleming, a Wales international. Been starved of game time so far early in 2023. Jones with Mackenzie Yeh on his left shoulder. Here is the big man. But Halifax again stand firm. Wildy from Jones. Hall running behind the line. Hardcastle takes it on. The sliding defence has been excellent.
Yeah, it's been patient. Let it all unfold in front of it and then make the correct decision.
Last tackle. Wildy goes high. Now into the sunshine. He never looked comfortable, did he? Woodburn Hall, he was starting from behind.
Referee Liam Moores said knock on Featherstone.
Yeah, there looked to be a couple of hands in that, and he's ruled the way of the visitors.
Some terrific kick pressure on Matty Wildy. And sometimes, George, it's those tiny little details there that when you rush that half, and you're talking a fraction of a second, he's not able to quite put it where he wants it. Featherstone are able to defuse that catch. Doro now looking for a solid carry. Gets one, but he's met by two big boppers there.
Into the final few minutes of a breathless first 40. Home fans encouraging the referee to give a forward pass. But here come Halifax once more with Kavanagh. Woodburn Hall from dummy half, and then Keys, who's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's had his hands involved in everything. They're really favouring this left-hand side. Halifax.
Last tackle, where's Jouffre going to go? Kick pressure from Bussey. Just hesitated, Gareth Gale. Chase is decent too.
Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it, George.
Unforced error.
Well, Featherstone at the moment have came up with a number of errors inside this last 15 minutes or so. Aribi Doro, Moore and G all in that tackle, and Gale just spills the ball 25 metres out. A huge moment, a huge opportunity for them. The split either side.
Oh, has that been knocked on? Well, the referee's gone back for a penalty anyway.
And I think they'll take the two here.
Why wouldn't you? Well, will they keep rolling on? A couple of minutes to go, first half.
Well, I suppose if they take the two, it's not really going to... It's just going to nudge them further ahead. I perhaps would have thought taking the two, see the game out.
Well, here come Halifax again. Floating the ball to the wing. Walmsley wasn't going to take that.
Yeah, that's just not what they need. It's an absolute waste. Just getting a bit excited.
Hand over, into touch. Hand over, mate, yeah. Ball goes into touch. Ball goes into touch.
Well, Sean Long's half-time team talk's going to be interesting.
And look, let's pay Halifax some credit here as well, George.
Absolutely right.
I did give him the option, mate, so...
They've turned the screw on Rovers and forced the errors. Most errors they've made in a half, the Betfred Championship League leaders, but you're right, credit Halifax for that, for the intensity they brought today to Post Office Road.
Certainly makes it interesting for the next 40.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Second half on the way, live and exclusive here on The Sportsman. And at the moment, we've got a Challenge Cup shot.
Pushing forward, go through.
Wildy, Mackenzie Yeh picks out Doro and runs straight at him.
Two more tackles to go.
Jones, Moores, Lacan, and then Bussey.
5. Move! Hold. Goal 5 now.
Hall gets one away. Nicely taken by Saltonstall.
Surrender! Stand! 1. Wait. Goal 1. Two. Move! Back up. Roll two. Play on to the side. We're good there, Mark. We're good.
Burn Hall.
Three. Move!
Bounces through a few tackles. It's tackle 3 here. There's an error there again. No,
Messi
get away with
is
that
happy
one.
with it. Liam Moore,
Surrender!
former Leeds University student, James Woodburn Hall. And there's the half-time hooter, so this is the last play. Walmsley, is there another one for Halifax? Scrambling Rovers defence.
You get a penalty away as well, Liam Moore.
They're going to have one last pop at goal.
I think he thinks that Walmsley, Craig Hall tackles Walmsley without the ball. Either that or a high tackle, I'm not quite sure what it is.
What do you do, mate? Just catch your chest.
The only thing I can imagine is that it is down this left-hand side of the field and it is on Walmsley.
You don't even have to tackle. That's good, no, mate. That's the decision.
It is a long way out. It's a very difficult kick.
Yeah.
Well, judging by his first 2 efforts today, this is the toughest of the 3, but it's a free shot, really. The hooter had sounded.
Yeah.
So an opportunity. A change of goal kicker, actually. It's going to be Jufrey.
Liam Moore
Just level me, please.
brings that penalty back 20 metres further down the field. So it's something that happened in back play. But obviously Joe Keys, after those 2 missed conversions, doesn't fancy this one, and it's down to the young Frenchman. Yeah, it's that shot there, Joey Leilua on Walmsley. Walmsley catch and pass. Leilua commits far too much to it. And this is a big kick.
Last kick of the half. Jufrey, after Keys has missed his 2. Oh, he's just popped it straight towards the post and
beautiful.
over. Easy as that. Another 2 to the scoreboard. And the Halifax Panthers have come to play. They have a 4-point lead over Featherstone Rovers, and they will feel Kyle Amor. They could be further and perhaps should be further clear the way they play.
Certainly agree with that, George. On the balance of play, the opening exchanges belong to Featherstone. That try from Hardcastle opening at the account for the home side. But it was largely to the ill discipline that led to this field position. Lecan, nice high kick over, and Hardcastle just out jumps and out competes Saltonstall. Question marks for me over whether Halifax could have committed in bodies in and around that a bit more. But they hit back. Jufrey, short pass. Beautiful pass as well for Matty G to slide over and breathe a little bit of life, because, like we mentioned, it was all Featherstone at this point. It was the first real opportunity, but this was the try of the half for me. 9, 6, 7 and 1 all combined from the scrum. They switch around from right to left and just release Walmsley, create that extra man so well. Walmsley with the pace that he's shown all his career to skip away and score. And then this was a huge moment. Brandon Moore at the base of the scrum gets past Cozza. Craig Hall with that huge important bat down, making sure that he loses the ball just before he's about to ground it. And the late penalty at the end means that Halifax just nudged that board further in front. It is 10-6 to Halifax. They do have the hill in the second half. How will it all unfold? Well, we'll get to find out.
We've got a game on here. Live on the Sportsman in round 3 of the Betfred Challenge Cup. Don't go anywhere. Second half on the way with this half-time scoreline. Featherstone Rovers 6, Halifax Panthers 10. Yeah, another big year ahead for Rugby League, and a big 40 minutes ahead here at the Millennium Stadium, Post Office Road, because Featherstone have trounced every opponent so far this season, and they're not used to being behind. I'll tell you that. They've gone into the half-time here with a deficit for the first time, trailing Halifax by 10 points to 6. Kyle Amor, what did Halifax do so right in that first 40?
I just think they just built the way back into the game so nice. I think, you know, particularly after that bit of a shocking first 10 minutes. They seemed to sort the discipline out a little bit, and then when they got their opportunities, George, crucially, they just took them. You know, they unpicked this sort of left-hand side of Featherstone for that beautiful Walmsley try. They opened up again through the base of through the play of the ball. Brandon Moore just accelerating out of dummy half, and just a huge gap opened up for him. So I just think that the forwards that came into that game in between, you know, that 20 and 30-minute period, just able to open them up. But the tries that we saw, you know, the first one, it all belonged to Featherstone, the opening 10 minutes, and Hardcastle there just gets a simple score, just doesn't give up, never loses sight of the ball and catches it. And then Halifax, when they got a bit of field position, they done this, a short pass and running hard and direct. That was a theme from them, probably from 15 minutes or so onwards in that first half. But then this was a gorgeous try. Just look at how it all unfolded. Just gets round Featherstone. This right-hand edge of Featherstone's defence was left almost just guessing. And Walmsley come up with a huge score there. That took the game to 8-6. Of course, Keys was unable to convert any of those tries, and then this was a real chance. A real chance. Craig Hall does so well to get the ball dislodged there. The position of Liam Moore was brilliant. He's able to see that and call that first time. And that really would have put the cat amongst the pigeons for this second half. But as it stands, with that late penalty of Luai just taking out Walmsley in back play, 35 metres out, and Jouffre just popped it over so delicately, gets us here with the home team trailing by 4 points, 6 points to 10 at the Millennium Stadium in the Betfred Challenge Cup third round, live on the Sportsman.
Yeah, a few heads being shook at the moment around Post Office Road. I say it's been a good couple of months to be a Featherstone Rovers fan around these parts. Halifax are back out, by the way, very early. Wouldn't have been a great deal for Griggs to say at half-time. More of the same, please.
More of the same, please, yeah. Sort out your disciplines, the key one for me, because that's the only way, sorry, I'll put my teeth back in, the only way that Featherstone kind of dictated any field position. I believe that Halifax have played the better rugby. They've moved the ball much better than what Featherstone have and challenged them. Featherstone have just come from a hard and direct approach in and around the ruck and then look to move the ball. Halifax have shown they're not afraid to throw that pass, move that ball anywhere from their own try line right down to the other end of the field, and it's paying dividends for them at the moment. They've got the hill behind them, which is huge here.
Well, Halifax are ready to go. They've got no one to play against at the moment. Sean Long, I'm sure, with plenty to say to his troops at half-time. It's a slender margin, of course, only 4 points, but Rovers will need to cut out the errors as Matty Wilde brings his side back out.
It's the most important 40 minutes of Featherstone Rovers season. You mentioned there is no second chance here in the third round. Once you're out, that's it, you're gone. The 1895 Cup as well, that goes out the window too.
Of course, Rovers went all the way to the final against Lee in that at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last year.
And they'll want that again.
So here we go. What's the second 40 got in store? We might need a referee, by the way. Might need a ball as well. We've got neither at the moment. Hope Liam Moore's not gone home. Well, Halifax have been out 2 or 3 minutes here. Rovers are now lined up, ready to go. We had one, of course, in this competition that restarted the second half without a referee. And of course, by coming out late, Liam Moore has guaranteed himself some boos. But here he is.
He'll be finishing his cup of tea.
Yeah, just finishing off. A reminder, the live rugby league continues on the Sportsman this time next week. We're up at Workington Dewsbury from Betfred League One. right here. We've got a place in round 4 of the Betfred Challenge Cup at stake. At the moment, Halifax poised to take it.
It's very quiet, isn't it, as well, George? This crowd aren't used to this.
There are a few jitters, nerves around here. Rovers have had it all their own way. Not so far. We're back underway. Briscoe's under this one. They want a big, powerful, ever free start, I'm sure, Rovers, to the second half. Fleming takes the first carry. Briscoe. Pops it out to Connor Jones to steal 10 yards. Runs into Uribe Doro. Moores. Good first set up towards halfway. Jones. Bypass John Davis, who's on.
A bit loose around the ruck there, Halifax, for the start of this second half. LeCan looks to pass that ball. There was nobody there. That's a good dominant tackle. Last one.
LeCan. Oh, and it went well. He was there. Was Briscoe. Oh, and he completes a great tackle.
That was an important tackle from Briscoe. But it is a knock-on from Featherstone. Going back to that kick. And Liam Moore just signals that it's a penalty, a turnover. 10 metres in and 10 metres out from the line. Briscoe knocks that ball forward on. Lachlan Walmsley does well there to escape the clutches of Leilua.
So 10-6 Halifax with Doro.
Back up back. Goal 2.
Tangata.
3. Move down. 3.
Just some nice easy meters there, George, through Tangata and Walcott. Targeted Junior Moores, leaves him on the floor. Tangata with his second carry of the set. Straight in there at Connor Jones. It's a nice set from where they started. Joe Keys there with a spirally type ball. Hall's underneath it.
And back he comes. LeCan. Puts it down and goes on his own. There's a Halifax man injured in back play. Is the referee Liam Moore going to carry on here? He's happy to. Leilua runs at Tangata. Hall looking to get involved. Bit more energy start of the second half from Featherstone. Wildy. Got Gale outside him, shows a dummy and runs into traffic.
I think it's Thomas Ingham. Down in back play. Hall, little tip there. Davis
takes the bounce and offloads out the tackle from Doro. Leilua, this is where he likes it. Oh, and well, that's his trademark. It's the handoff and the offload. It was actually a Halifax hand in there.
Yeah, it was Walmsley's left hand that dislodged that little flick pass there from Leilua. It's opened up through Briscoe.
Scrambling Halifax defence. Here come Rovers, start the second half, and they've lost the ball. But they're going to get a penalty.
Well, there's some worrying signs for Halifax already. A little bit loose in and around the ruck, not being able to deal with bits of skill, bits of play. And then at the end there, it just opened up for Briscoe in and behind the ruck. And it's just a pull, isn't it, from Woodburn Hall? Or is it Doro even? There's all sorts of hands in there. But it's 6 more. And this was their issue in the first half, inviting Featherstone Rovers into this part of the field.
Jones. LeCan, great step towards the line. What a try! Individual magic and a little bit of French flair at Post Office Road. Thomas LeCan celebrates, getting Rovers back into the contest.
Well, they needed that. A beautiful little try from the young Frenchman, the halfback Thomas LeCan. Just shows his right hand, steps hard off his right foot. There it is, bang. Kavanagh can't deal with it. Tangata in across. Joe Keys there, left in, clutching at air. Just all unfolded in the blink of an eye. And Sean Long will be delighted with that, as will Leon Price.
Beautiful finish. Just what Featherstone needed at the start of this second half. He's had to be patient, Thomas Lacan, waiting for his chance. Riley Dean recalled to Warrington and therefore not involved in this competition. John O'Ford out injured again, a knee injury that's going to keep him out for a while. So Lacan has got his chance, and with tries like that he will take his chance. 10-10 plus this from Craig Hall. 1 from 1. Make that 2 from 2, and Featherstone just like that have the lead again. 12-10.
Well, there's another man down in back play. Running repairs. I think it's Ingham again. Needs to get in the line.
So just the start Sean Long would have asked for. Shortish, mid-range kick-off. Hall's in a bit of bother here. I think Rovers have got away with that. There was no hand on it for Craig Hall, or was there? There was.
There was.
There was.
Craig Hall throws his arms in the air. He doesn't agree with Liam Moore. But it's an awful set. Just watching that unfold. Oh, it's very difficult. You can almost argue a case there for Craig Hall. The Featherstone's crowd chanting cheat at Liam Moore. Don't think that's quite right.
Frustration from the home fans.
Yeah. But will this game twist and turn once more, George?
Here they come.
And there's just red shirts everywhere. Saltonstall catches that. When they looked under pressure, the work from Featherstone was able to rescue it. And it's G. He's been impressive. Such a workhorse. A number of clubs across Super League, London, Hull KR, to name a few. Salford as well in there.
Dufresne. Doro. Rolling down the hill, the Panthers. Can they hit right back here?
And then we're going to swing down this right-hand side.
Flying out of the line was Hardcastle. Promoted to this right side. No way through in the end.
Again, the cover defence, George. That left edge of Featherstone keeps turning up.
Dufresne, Tangata, saw Davis coming, steps past him. Last tackle, Keys hanging back left side. Where's he going to go? He's going to pop one up and test Briscoe. Oh, and if it had taken that, he scores. Leilua got the shout from Briscoe, let it go.
He's hurt as well.
There's
Walmsley.
3 of them hurt. Walmsley, Leilua and Briscoe. It's the walking wounded in that far corner.
Well, Leilua, he must just get a call from his wingman. I think that's why Leilua looks like he's going to jump for it. Briscoe confident enough that he was going to get it, but Walmsley on that occasion beats him to it. But drops the ball as Davis straightens up and does so well. Wins a penalty.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Well, Liam Moore suggesting that when Ben Davis bumps off his first man, he runs in behind one of his own players and creates an obstruction for the Halifax middle unit defence. We see there, gets rid of Colcott, G and Tangata. They can't get on to that next job. Their next job is to go and put pressure on, but because there's the body in the way, it is a penalty. And at 12-10, right in front of the posts, you imagine Dufresne will elect just to nudge the board over and bring this game all level.
Scratching his head there, John Davis. He thought that was a strong carry. Then he heard the shrill of Liam Moore's whistle. So instead, he's standing under his post, about to watch the ball fly over for 12-12.
Well, just for our viewers, if Dan Fleming had committed to the run and went right through the line, then it would have been play on. But because he stands still, Davis then has to give himself up, find the floor, do a voluntary tackle. Because he carries on working,
12-12.
right, it is a penalty.
What a game.
Yeah.
Half an hour to go, half an hour to find a winner.
Once again, We just see there, if Fleming runs through in between the 12 of G and Tangata, then it would have been all okay, but he doesn't. He has to find the floor. Davis, give himself up. Who's going to have the most composure out of these two sides as we enter into the final half hour? Doro winds up and does so well.
Still going.
And does really well.
Jouffret. Fleming in the tackle with Matty Wilde. It's the longest stint that Matty Wilde's played this season. They're playing with two hookers today, Featherstone. It's normally Wilde for half an hour, and then Connor Jones off the bench. Forced into a reshuffle, and Wilde in the halves. Jones slightly high. Referee happy enough with it. Colcott, Tangata, the big men playing between the two of them.
Yeah, lovely soft hands there. That little tip, it may not look a lot, but Tangata's able just to get another 10 metres of land. So for Jouffret to get this kick away.
Oh, and, well, I think Fleming went in late. I think he just slipped. Here comes Briscoe. Oh, he's knocked it on. It was stripped out by Doro, and it's play on. Can they capitalise here?
Just need to calm down here, both sides. It's got a bit scrappy once again. Briscoe there with a huge error from backfield.
Doro. Jouffret. Penalty to Featherstone. Similar infringement.
Yeah.
Going the other way.
Yeah. Consistency from the referee. But this error from Briscoe. Doro's hand there. He's got to hold the ball better than that. And it was that time the lead runner there, or Matty Wilde, taking him out and deemed an infringement. So it's Featherstone now who look to get over the halfway line, but are driven 10 yards back by 3 shirts from Jouffret and G.
Radday runs at McComb. 12-12. With 27.5 to go. Live on the Sportsman. Jones. Fleming, who's had a lengthy spell.
Looking for the offload.
Oh, just thought better of it. LeCan. Davis. Still going Davis. Elusive runner, Wilde. Jones. Craig Hall. Kicks early. It's going to run too deep.
Yeah, too much on it. Too much on it. They just watched that go over. It'll be a 20-metre restart for Halifax. I think Featherstone have exposed something in. I've just noticed over the last couple of minutes that little drop-off play, testing back in and around the ruck, has paid joy for them.
There's a big shot.
Davis on a half chance before.
Matty Wilde dipping in on Jouffret.
This is a proper cup tie, this, George.
Key moments these, key period in the game. Halifax keep coming. They've been playing on the front foot, the Panthers. Tangata shouts for it, juggles it. Goes behind Doro, then the flat ball. Halifax 40 away. That's Tom Inman off the bench, and then Doro. Inman again, looking for keys, I think. Where's he going to go? Pops one up to Briscoe. Going backwards.
Oh, he's dropped another one. He's dropped another.
But he's not dropped a ball all season that I've seen Briscoe.
Well, he's come up with 3 bad errors today. 1 the first pass to Gadwin Springer, and 2 out of backfield. And it's Halifax now.
He's put his side under real pressure again at the bottom of the hill here at Post Office Road. Halifax knocking at the door. Tangata right side. William!
Inman on his own spots a massive gap in the Rovers' defence and makes them pay under the sticks, and the Panthers pounce again to lead 16-12 with a kick to come.
Well, it was that error, wasn't it? Off Briscoe, over on that far side of the field. Lachlan Walmsley first to react and get on the ball. The play later, Walcott, he just fights, shows sheer determination, will and want to play the ball quick. The high kick off Keys, and it's Walmsley's right arm that just takes a snatch at that ball. Everybody else stops. Walmsley plays on. Walcott there creates a scruffy ruck, and Tom Ingham just sees an acre of space there to the right-hand side of the play of the ball. Davis and Cozza can't react. They don't react, in fact. And Ingham puts the ball down to give what will certainly be a 6-point lead here, as Jouffret won't have an easier kick than that this afternoon. Tom Ingham, former Warrington Wolves player, comes up with a huge score.
Big moments in this game.
Fairbank replaces Colcott here. He's done his coach well today, Colcott.
Here's another two, right in front of the posts. Three from the boot of Jouffret. And it's an 18-12.
Well, Tom Ingham there. He must be wearing his lucky shorts, because he just sees an acre of space and takes it.
Every time Featherstone threaten to haul themselves back into the contest, the response is there from Halifax. Simon Grix will be beaming at what he's seen from his side today.
And again, Tangata just dictating. Look at the pace that they're carrying the ball. Walmsley slips there. They sense a real opportunity here as we enter into the final quarter, almost. Fairbank on again, introducing Dorrow. Can't put him to floor.
Gadwin Springer goes for a big shot.
He's been sent back out there, hasn't he, to do that. Try and lift his side.
Next score in this contest is a big one now, you feel. Matty G, first half try scorer, runs at Wildy.
Had a great game today, Matty G.
There's Inman. Jouffret goes narrow, Leilua's under it. He won't want that. Oh, and he's lucky, it's gone into touch.
Terrific work from Matty Wildy, and that's those parts I was mentioning, George, the kick pressure. It just forces Jouffret into putting the boot to ball, not quite where he wants it. And Walmsley, he knows that that's an absolute mile over that sideline. Almost a perfect set after points. Featherstone now, through Hardcastle, will just look to try and get some field position. They haven't had much of it in this second half, but they will have a purple patch again.
Springer. Mathieu Cozza. Jones has a look around to assess his options, approaching the midway point of the second half here, as Craig Hall has a run. Rovers 20 away. Jones slots into position. Cozza waiting, first receiver left side. Jones scampers away on his own. Attacking the post, last tackle.
Good tackle there from Ingham. Rescues that.
Hall to Wildy. Grubber kick through. Well taken. Jouffret was in there.
Yeah, brave stuff there from the Frenchman. Just anticipates that kick in the right place at the right time. And these are tough carries, but Saltonstall, he won't mind them. He loves it. He revels in it.
Back now, back. Hold. Go to the side. Play on. Back is good.
Springer went for another big one. Got that one wrong, and
Woodburn Hall passes away, gets the offload away. Now what are the options? Oh, he opted not to give it to Walmsley, the big man.
Smart move.
Murray kept hold of the ball. Keys will come. There are bound to be gaps over there.
Yeah, I thought that was smart move by the front rower. Gets the offload away and is on the other end of it to receive it back. Has Walmsley on his left shoulder.
Doro. Last tackle on the 40. There's Jouffre going. Gale's under this one. And Featherstone this time do take the kick.
Brilliant take there. And Zakoum straight all over him.
Wildy and Hardcastle. What have Featherstone got left here?
This is a position that they're not used to being in.
They've never been behind at this point in the game this season.
And it's going to test them. Absolutely. Oh, the penalty's given away. Great fight there from Gale. But that's a bad error. That's a bad error from Fairbank. I've been praising him all afternoon. He's been really good. But just let go. Are they able to defend this next set of 6? I do think Featherstone will have a period back in this second half. They had one early on. They were able to score a try far too easy.
2 balls on the pitch at the moment.
But since then, George, they haven't had any kind of joy down this end of the field. They've not had a chance to put any sort of sequence of play on or anything. Springer.
He's added something since his reintroduction.
6 again.
Tackle count wide clean. Wildy. Kozar on his right shoulder. Runs at Doro, who's been excellent for Halifax. Jones looks to his right where LeCam waits. He's got Bossy outside him. Here he is. 6-point game. Leilua, blindside play. Leilua to Briscoe. Can he get there in the corner? He's going to be in touch, I think. Has he got the ball down? Looks like he's held up, and he is.
He's held up there, but I thought it was a penalty. Leilua gets out. Joe Keys wasn't set. Could have easily been pulled back for a penalty. But instead, they managed to hold him up. Desperate stuff there from Woodburn Hall. Mason in there too. Walmsley back there. But Kozar winds up 5 metres to the right-hand side of the post.
Key moments in the Betfred Challenge Cup. The favourites, Featherstone Trail, LeCan. Gadwin Springer doesn't miss many from there. Try stopping him. The big man is over. And Gadwin Springer brings Rovers back within 2.
He certainly does, and brings this game to what, in all probability, will be back at 18-all. I go back to the penalty from Jacob Fairbank. I just had a feeling that it was a bad penalty. But take nothing away. LeCan goes to the line. A no-look pass and hits the big 17.5-stone Frenchman on a short ball. Legs are driving. And it's just far too easy through the middle of the field. That'll be disappointing for Simon Griggs. But he's been sent back out there with a purpose. And he's a big athlete, isn't he? We just saw there, arriving at pace, so threatening. And is that the wake-up call that this side needed, George?
What a response from Featherstone. Springer over, Hall 3 from 3. It's as you were. 18 apiece. What a game.
Yeah. And look, we just see straight and hard. I think it's Ingham who goes low. You can't go low that far off your own line. You have to put your body on top. You'll be disappointed with that one. But again, I'll go back to my point in the first half, which was Halifax, if they're going to win this game, they cannot give any more penalties away coming out of the end of Featherstone Rovers. This guy's been impressive today, hasn't he, Kozar?
As has Doro, who sends it back with interest.
Well, as I say that, he gets driven back 6 metres, but he's put an awful lot of work in this afternoon for his side.
Is it too early to mention the words golden and point?
Well, there's still 15 minutes left. Another 9 sets each with the ball. Davis, it's just getting too quick at the moment. They're losing the ruck, Halifax, and they can't rescue it.
Connor Jones. Your sense has one big game-breaking moment in this one. Will it come from this guy? Joey Leilua gets his side a penalty. That was smart play. He knew where it was coming.
Well, Featherstone have just upped the intensity, and Fax can't cope at the moment.
Hall goes long. He's found a great touch there.
I think Fax score here. I just get a sense.
You think Fax score here?
Sorry, I mean Featherstone, my mistake.
That was a bold claim. Here's Springer. They're on the front foot for sure. They sense something here, Rovers. Mathieu Kozar.
They're hanging on. They are hanging on here, Halifax. They need something. Get through this set.
Well, Jones got his own. He'll give it to Davis to power over under. He's held up.
Big tackle.
Had to be.
Big tackle there. Dorrow underneath it. Ingham as well. But there's still 3 players left in the bank.
Connor Jones. Thomas Lacan opens up for Bussey and throws it into touch. Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, they were done there. If that pass is executed well, Briscoe makes amends. Lacan digs into the line.
Into touch again. We get down with it.
I think it's Joe Keys who gets far too interested in that lead runner, creates the space out wide, and Bussey, he gets through the tackle. He just doesn't have the quality in him to find that pass at the end. And Halifax must complete this set, George.
Move! Back now, back! Go on, play on.
13 or so to go.
2. Move!
Featherstone Rovers 18.
Goal 2, go.
Halifax Panthers 18. 46-22 when they met in the league last month.
Goal 3.
Far tighter today, and here they come.
Clever play down that short side there, coming out of yard. He's just pinching 15 metres. 6 again called as well. Walmsley.
Oh, and he's put the ball down. And
He wins a penalty. He wins a penalty. And Leilua, in frustration, grips hold of Walmsley on the floor. But just smart work from Halifax there. They pinch some metres down the short side and double up and go again.
You clearly hook up on the ball, and then you clearly pull the ball.
And that is a strip. You can see there, the evidence is all there. Lacombe.
We've been consistent all day with them.
Sorry, Lacan, I beg your pardon. Pulls the ball away. Joey Leilua in frustration reacts. And Halifax now have a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah. As we approach the last 10. Tangata, who's been excellent. Tom Inman, the try scorer. Keys.
Good contact there, Davis Law.
Yeah, he's had a good spell. Tangata wants it again. Gives it to Dufresne. It opens up for him.
Oh, that was an awful pass.
Error.
That was a terrible pass there from Dufresne. Far too much time, the ball in the air, puts his centre under all sorts of pressure to catch that. And they are killing themselves at the moment. If they want to win this game, Halifax, it's there for them, George. But they just keep playing cat and mouse with it.
Hardcastle. Briscoe. Move! 11 to go with Jones. John Davis has just come off for Featherstone. Elijah Taylor now back out there and demanding the ball. This is the last, by the way, with Wildy. They're going to run it. Has that come off for Halifax
more as well.
Oh, it's a big shout, and he has wiped it to 6 to go. They'll set up in front of the post with a full set. Featherstone, Jones, Kozar, short ball Taylor, scrambling Panthers defence. Jones, does he sniff one here? No, he gives it to Thomas Lacan. Short ball to Bussey. Tangata in the tackle. The game is on the line. A Challenge Cup run is on the line. Mathieu Koza reverses over.
Held up
and
again.
he's held up.
Well, credit Halifax, George. They've done this a number of times, found a way of just putting a body under a ball. I think that's the third time that Featherstone have been over and just not quite able to get the ball down. Gadwin Springer scored from a similar position last time.
Taylor, Wildy, Day wants it. Brad Day is smothered by Halifax. Jones, Elijah Taylor looks like the call here. Right side, here he is. E.T. with a short ball. Lacan outside of the boot, flicks it into the in-goal area. That's a great little flick.
I think Woodburn Hall
more time than they realised.
I think Woodburn Hall's furious with Mason. He feels he could have got to that. Instead, with the game on the line, Mason takes no chances and just bats the ball. You see there, Woodburn Hall.
He had it.
He had it. It's 6 more.
Well, this is
squeezing every inch of breath and life out of Halifax at the moment. Can they survive it?
It's absolutely breathless. Halifax hanging on, but they've been brilliant today. Hall, Taylor wants it. He's leading from the front, the former Salford captain here. This is a game that Taylor feels he can win for his team, I think. Looking at his body language, Springer has been immense. Wildy, Day takes it on.
Well, this could be the set that wins it for either side, sorry.
Can Halifax stand firm? Jones got Wildy left, Koza right. Jones on his own towards the post, catching Halifax cold. Koza. Wildy, change of direction, Hall drop goal, oh my word. That was one of yours, Kyle.
Oh, I think mine have maybe just been a bit slightly higher than that, George. That was a shocker. You don't often see Craig Hall come up with an absolute P-roller.
Well, he's just helped the groundsman start mowing the grass here with that one.
What about this for a carry here?
What a key moment in the game. Looked like they could have fallen a point behind, and here they are on halfway. Walmsley. What a game. Hope you're enjoying it on The Sportsman.
We certainly are here.
We've got Workington Dewsbury this time next week in Betfred League One. This is all about the Challenge Cup, and Tangata runs into red and navy traffic. Pick a winner.
Move, free.
We've got 3 more players in the bank here.
Keys. Jouffre. Here's the fullback, James Woodburn Hall.
Clever decision there. Head one back to centre field for sure.
Off goes Zach McComb. And then Matty G.
In range now, George.
Where's Keys? They're going to run it still. Jouffre. They want... Oh, he's over! Jouffre will score! Is that the match winner for Halifax? They were set up for a drop goal, and Jouffre have caught Rovers cold, and the Panthers hit the front again.
Well, my word. Louis Jouffre. I thought for all money they were going to set back centre field. Where was Keys? That was the question that was asked. But Jouffre, like all good halfbacks, has his eyes up, demands the ball, carries overs, and it's Brad Day that misses him. And he's just able to get through that far too easy in between Hardcastle and Day. Just drops the shoulder. And what a huge score that is inside of 7 minutes left of this game. Is that the game winner right there?
Yes, please, mate.
Huge kick to come now.
Huge moment. The drop goal miss from Craig Hall. And what a set from Halifax to turn that into this.
Well, we said, didn't we, that set up the other end of the field could make or break for either side. They're able to commit bodies. I've no doubt that when the video gets done, Simon Grixel mentioned a number of times that the blue and white shirts were underneath a Featherstone try, an almost Featherstone certain try. Kept turning them away, and like all good sides, absorb pressure, go up to the other end of the field and break your heart.
Featherstone staring down the barrel of their first defeat of the season. Jouffre understandably taking his time here. This to take it to a 6-point game. Tough kick, 5 metres in from this near right-hand touchline. He's taking it back 22. And he's taking every single second Strikes it.
Oh, he's missed it.
No, it doesn't fade it enough. So a 4-point game, his first miss.
Well, there's a chance. There's still a chance here for Featherstone Rovers. But this is just smart play. 4-on-3 down a short side. Brad Day has to stay tight to the ruck, but the pace of the young Frenchman gets on the outside of his man, Hardcastle. Well, he's worried about the other 3 players, and the hole opens up. Hall with a short kick-off.
Oh, he's tapped it forward. Hardcastle got there first, so Halifax have got the next set.
Oh, they're still playing.
And they're chucking it about. They want another one to finish Rovers off. Well, what's happened?
And a penalty as well. They're falling apart at the moment, Featherstone.
This is increasingly looking like Halifax's game. What a turnaround for Simon Griggs and the Panthers. Well beaten here on their last visit a month ago. And there's going to be a card. It's a red card. What's Hardcastle done in back play?
Well, it's got to be from this short kick-off. Something, our eyes were watching the ball. There's got to be something that happened in back play. The linesman entered the field.
Well, he's knocked on, and then we lose him out of shot. See if we can pick it off. Left side, you're looking. Oh, it's something to nothing, isn't it?
It's hard to see from that angle.
There was a little shove. I mean, it was needless. It was certainly an infringement. Not for me to say perhaps whether that's a red. Let's get on with this. Featherstone, if they're going to rescue this, are going to do it the hard way. They've got barely any time. 3.5 minutes. They're defending. They've got 12. Halifax have been sensational today. Can they see out a brilliant Betfred Challenge Cup win? Tangata wants. Drives at Elijah Taylor. They might pop over a 1 here. Mind you, we thought that last time and they ran in a try. Keys floats one over left side. Walmsley. Oh. Fancied the winner there. Last tackle. That's gone into the in-goal area. It's a brilliant kick. Taylor's going to be trapped. And Halifax are playing this perfectly. Time to pause for your Betfred player of the match, Kyle Amor. Oh. Well, as Jack Bussey drops out.
Oh, Tangata loses it over his head.
And then he picks it up. Oh, and he knocks on. Could that yet be a big moment?
Well, hold on there, George.
3 minutes or so to go. Who's your player of the match?
Oh, look, for me, I'm going to have to go to Jacob Fairbank. I think he's been exceptional through the middle of the field and has provided the link between the halves and the forward pack. I think he's come up with a lot of good runs, but just the subtle smartness of him, introducing his other middles on, just getting away from the big unit of Featherstone Rovers in terms of Gadwin, Springer and Cozza, just moving the ball so well. I think he's been brilliant.
So the Panthers 13, Jacob Fairbank, the Betfred player of the match, but will he be on the winning side? Gale, is there a sting in the tail for the Panthers? Jones, you can hear, you can almost taste the frustration around Post Office Road. Springer's drive, Jones takes it on, gives it Wildy. Lacan, Bussey, they're within range, they only trail by 4.
2 plays to go.
It's all on the line here. Could be a penalty. Fans want one. Referee not interested. Taylor, Mackenzie Yeh driving forward. It's got to come now if Rovers are going to rescue this. Jones, Leilua's coming field. Does he know it's the last? Leilua to Springer. Springer playing it. He doesn't know. He's lost count. And it's the turnover. And is that the win for Halifax? The big men were playing it between each other. And Halifax now will just play out the set. Time has been turned off on the in-stadium scoreboard.
Oh, he's come up with an error, Jouffre.
Oh, it's an error. Rovers are demanding Liam Moore. How long? How long?
Well, we've got it as 40 seconds left on the clock.
The referee has the official timer. Only he knows.
Oh, wow. This is insane.
Last chance saloon. Jones. Rovers have asked the ref how many they've got.
Good contact there. Just give away 6 against, George.
They're 4 behind. With Jones. Mackenzie Yeh, the battering ram. Brilliant Halifax defence. Jones flings it to Wildy. Steps into the line, Wildy, no way through. Is there anything left from the 12 men? Jones. Behind Springer, Taylor, Lacan, Bossy, far side, it's come on, it's going to be 6 more if this time. Knocked forward by Briscoe. He'll give it Featherstone, I'm sure, for the first knock on. It just depends how much is on the clock here.
They've got 1 player, George.
This is it. Challenge Cup run on the line for the season here. Halifax lead 22-18. Featherstone from the scrum have a chance to take us to Golden Point or even win it. Halifax hanging on.
Just cheat. Jump off your line and cheat if you're going to win it.
Wildy reverses the ball. Leilua, far side, Briscoe's waiting. He's knocked it forward and Halifax pounce and they're going to win this one.
I thought they were just all going to cheat and get off the line and give a penalty away. They couldn't. They can't take 2 points. They've got another scrum. It's Halifax's ball, George. That's a game.
It was Leilua, desperation.
There it is.
And the hooter sounds. What a win! Halifax inflict the first defeat of the season on Sean Long's Featherstone Rovers, 3 times winners of Rugby League's most iconic cup competition, but well beaten today. Take a bow, Halifax. Fantastic from the Panthers. They march on. Featherstone fall at the first hurdle. Kyle Amor.
Wow, what a spirited performance from Halifax. You know, we questioned coming into this game about Featherstone and that half-back combination. Is it going to be enough to get them and guide them around in a tough period within the game? And, well, the answer is that Halifax have just turned up. And, mind you, they give Featherstone enough chances to snatch and take the game away from them. Featherstone just kept coming. Halifax kept turning up. A brilliant performance, and what a reaction as well for Simon Grix. And question marks have been again over this Halifax side about the Jekyll and Hyde performances, up and down one week, convincing wins, then, you know, head-scratching losses. But they've answered a huge call today that sees them through into the Betfred Round 4 Challenge Cup. Joe Keys and Jouffre both exceptional today, but led around by a forward pack, and particularly that man, the player of the match, the Betfred player of the match in Jacob Fairbank. Some good hard work as well in the back rows in Kavanagh and G, Salt and Stall as well. There's an awful lot of players. You don't come to a ground like this, George, without your 1 to 17 playing fantastic. And it's all smiles in the Halifax camp.
Well, there's just been a long conversation on this near side between the 2 head coaches, Simon Grix and Sean Long. That was great to see. Friendly respect between the 2. And Halifax, full value for a terrific victory, the best victory of their season so far, and the first defeat for that man, Sean Long. Still learning, he says, as a head coach. All smiles today. He knows that the scoreline was fair. Let's have a look at the tries today, Kyle Amor, on a great day for Halifax.
Yeah, off the back of a number of penalties. It all belonged to Featherstone in Hardcastle, climbing high, but Halifax hit back through a beautiful hard line from Matty G, and that brought the game back to 6-4 in favour of Featherstone. But this try was sensational. I thought Walmsley was brilliant, not only with the ball, George, but had come up with a number of forced errors on his opposite number in Briscoe. That took the game into 10-6 at half-time. It could have been worse for the home side, having not Craig Hall dislodged that ball on Brandon Moore just before half-time break. A penalty that was then given away, which put the scoreboard 10-6. But it was Featherstone who hit back in the first half. A beautiful step from the Frenchman, hard off his right foot, sorry, gets in between Tangata and Keys and Kavanagh. And then this penalty was a huge penalty. It just able to bring this game level. And then Joe Keys with that high towering kick, and this is what I mentioned about Walmsley, just that slight little pull on the ball there.
What a huge moment that was.
A huge moment. And then Ingham off a quick play of the ball. Featherstone once again just refusing to go away. Hard direct carry from Gadwin Springer, arriving at pace, threatening space and putting the ball down. But then after an eternity of pressure and holding them up over the line and over the line, a scruffy attempt of a drop goal from Craig Hall.
That would have probably put it to bed.
That would have, but in the blink of an eye, they rolled down the field. And this time, it was the Frenchman for Halifax that's able just to show the ball and slide through and put down that ball for a huge, huge score. The red card as well that followed.
Oh, he kicks him.
Oh, he kicks him, right. Well, it is a red card.
Yeah, take it back.
Yeah.
Take it back. I didn't see the kick first time. I thought it was a shove.
Well,
he's got it spot on.
Yeah, we all know in the game that that's not acceptable. And this was a big, big chance there. Lachlan Walmsley just does enough again. He does enough again. Came up with some huge plays, actually. And look what it means to Matty G. Saltonstall. Fairbank collapses to his knees in exhaustion. And the fans, ecstasy for them.
Fantastic performance. Terrific victory for the Halifax Panthers. Let's go down to touchline and get some immediate reaction from a very happy Panthers camp, speaking to our man Paul Kidd.
Jacob, first of all, you looked a little surprised there when I came up to you at full time and said you've just won player of the match. Emotionally, exactly how are you feeling?
Yeah, a little bit overwhelmed. Obviously, my 200th game to Halifax, so I couldn't have asked for a better way to celebrate than beating Fev on their own patch. Who, I know it were a cup game, but they're front runners and favourites to win our league, aren't they? So massive respect to the boys who are digging deep there and getting the win.
I'm sure, Jacob, your 200th appearance there. Before you set out on the team bus today, I'm guessing that you couldn't think of a better possible way of celebrating that milestone.
No, obviously that's an ideal world. I'd like to make it a bit easier for ourselves, but Halifax we never seem to do that. But Real dug in deep today, and for how our season's been so far, it's probably a performance that we really needed to instill a little bit of belief and show what we can do.
I know I just mentioned that you did look a little surprised that you've been chosen as player of the match, but one of the main reasons you were chosen for that, Jacob, was your out-and-out workload throughout the game, your willingness to carry it up and take your forwards forward. Any one of your forwards there could have got the player of the match accolade. Just what have you got to say about your fellow forwards?
Yeah, on massive respect. I think not just as forwards, 1 to 17 today. I think our backline's known for carrying us a little bit. We've got a real strong backline, and it could have gone to any 1 to 17. I think my mum must have picked it today, so I got lucky.
I can assure you it wasn't your mum that picked it, Jacob, but many, many congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the night, and well done. We'll bring in your head coach now, Simon Griggs. First of all, Simon, how are you feeling?
Stressed. Look, it were a bit of a scrappy affair from both sides. Lots of ball turned over. I think we did our best to probably try and give it back to them, to be honest, in the last 20 minutes. I thought we had a few more points in us as well, but for some elementary sort of errors. But look, to come to Featherstone and win's big. Despite what they're missing, they've still got quality players on that field today. And I forgot what it's like to win here, to be honest. It's been a while, so yeah, we'll take that one. Bit of confidence now, moving to our league game next week.
You say it was a scrappy affair there, but obviously it was the 73rd minute when you finally sort of got that win in the bag, and it certainly wasn't over until the very, very final play of the ball. How pleasing was your defence there, in particular towards the end? That last 3 or 4 sets, you defended your line like your life's depended on it.
Yeah, massively. Look, I think your goal line D's a sign of your mateship and togetherness, and we've been a bit wobbly in it, if truth be told, this early start season, and last couple of weeks it's just been coming, and today I thought they really turned up for each other. And we speak about being in trenches, don't we? And when your mates still turn up for you, they're the type of people you want to be, and also you want around you. So really happy with that, and we move on to the next one. As I say, it's a good win for us. We'll enjoy this one, but yeah, we're straight back to business next week.
I've no doubt you will be straight down to business, Sam. Just before we let you go, I just want to sort of talk a little bit, not just about the victory today in the Challenge Cup, but you've given yourselves a great opportunity in reaching Wembley in the 1895 Cup as well. I think it was 1987 the last time Halifax played at Wembley, which is still talked about to this day. Obviously, you reached the semi-finals, I think it was in 2019. But not only that, there's a little bit of Wembley fever going on in Halifax at the moment. Halifax Town are actually only one game away from Wembley. Can you do it?
Never say never. Be nice, wouldn't it? Look, I think we don't want to get carried away with it. It's a good performance, but there's still going to be a lot of good teams in that competition, and the next round at Cup will be a tough one as well. So we'll just enjoy this one, and we'll worry about that when it comes around.
And I'm guessing, Simon, one final thing. Today will give you plenty of confidence now going forward to regroup with your boys and go forward with some confidence for the rest of the season in the league campaign.
Yeah, confidence is a funny old thing where we've had a bit of a wobble with it. Sometimes you just can't find it when you lose it, and hopefully that gives us a bit today. But just make mention of Bobby you had on before, who I thought you were brilliant for us today. And when you get these wins, are nice on milestone days to make sure they're memorable. So that one for Bob as well.
Simon, many congratulations. Thanks for joining us. We'll bring in Sean Long now. Sean, first of all, commiserations there on that defeat. Obviously, you mentioned before the game that it could be taking 60, 70, even 80 minutes. It was certainly, an 80-minute game that could have gone either way towards the end.
Yeah, I don't think we helped ourselves in the first half, making too many errors. I think it was about 50% completion in the first half. Sapped a lot of our energy. But credit to the lads, they kept fighting towards the end, and, we could have nicked it at the end there, but like I said, I just thought Halifax was too good for us on the day. I thought they come with a clear game plan, and they executed really well. So that's off to them, but yeah, we wasn't good enough today.
Well, obviously, you've been through a lot of adversity this week, as has probably every club in the league with the weather and everything else, but it probably didn't help your cause. Two half-backs today playing together, haven't really played together that much before, but also haven't trained together that much either.
Yeah, like I said, we only had a couple of training sessions today, this week, but I don't think that was the issue. I think it was more like, if you don't turn up in this league or in any competition, think that we're ahead on the game, you're going to get stung. And I think we turned up with a lack of concentration, a lack of, for Halifax, I think we thought we'd beat someone in the previous round, and I thought we turned up thinking that we're going to sail it. And if you don't turn up with the right attitude and the right mental capacity, then I think you're going to get turned over in any form of sport. So I just thought we was off today. Like I said, we could have nicked it at the end, but I think it was an injustice. I thought Halifax was a better team. Do you know what I mean? So, we'll dust ourselves down and get ourselves right for the league. But, there were some stern words.
Sean, you were a very honest player when you were playing the game. No doubt with your assessment there, you're a very honest coach as well. Are you saying that today's possibly a big lesson that won't go away, that will carry you towards the end of the season and hopefully get your end goal of promotion into Super League with a lesson learnt today? Yeah,
well, fingers crossed it will. I do believe that we kind of played the last 40 minutes against Bradford and we carried it on into this game. We needed to reset and we didn't, so there's a lot of learnings from that. It will help getting a few players back, but the lads on the field today was good enough to win that game today. But like I say, if you're playing against a team like Halifax, who are a very good attacking team, and completing at 55%, you ain't going to win a ball game. Like I said, we could have nicked it, but I don't think we deserved it.
Sean, many thanks for joining us.
Cheers, mate.
Really gracious from head coach Sean Long, tasting defeat for the first time as the man in charge of Featherstone Rovers. And that's how Halifax did it. Those 4 tries to 3. G, Wormsley, Inman, and then the match clincher from Jouffre. Couple of key moments that helped them too. But Halifax Panthers, full value, Kyle Amor, for their best win this year.
Absolutely, without doubt. Sean Long just mentioned it there, that he felt that if his side had gone on and won the game, it would have been an injustice. So a very honest reflection and assessment for Sean Long. They will benefit now with the number of weeks that they have off, and they'll go full tilt to make sure that this doesn't happen again come the business end of the year. So, there is, while there is the disappointment of being out the cup for Featherstone, they've got one task, and that is to get get promoted back to Super League, and you know, there'll be many more challenges down the road for them. But let's not take nothing away. The day belongs to Halifax. Well done to Simon Griggs and his troops, all of them across the park. So very difficult to pick an actual player of the match. They all could have won it, but thankfully Bobby Fairback's mum picked it for him.
I was going to say, that was you've got an interesting family tree, haven't you? Carl, great to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us for what's been an absolute Betfred Challenge Cup thrill. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. That's as far as we go. Huge congratulations to Halifax, who march on into the hat for round 4 of the Betfred Challenge Cup. Our live rugby league continues this time next week on The Sportsman as we turn our focus to Betfred League 1. We're up at Workington in Cumbria, Derwent Park for the visit of Dewsbury. Hope you can join us for that. For today, Post Office Road belonged to Halifax. They've knocked Featherstone out of the Challenge Cup. From Kyle Amor and from me, George Riley, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.